and welcome to the Bahrain Grand Prix in F1 Manager. I apologise, it has been a while. I say that, it's probably only been a week as you're watching this, so about normal time, but for me, it's been a fair while. Let me just check when the last time was. 22nd of January. It is now currently the 11th of February, so it's been a plus 11, 19 or 20 days, depending on how many days there were in January. I can't quite remember. We are leading the Constructor Championship by 12 points, and we are leading the drivers by 5 points. And we have 2 drivers in the top 3, and the top 3 are only separated by 7 points. I mean, the top 4 are only separated by 14 points. But I think we've done 2 races so far, correct? How many races are we in? 1... Yeah, two races in. Oh, I was going to say VCarb got a podium, but no, that was the fastest lap. How many points has Valtteri Bottas scored? Let's have a quick look. None. But let's get into it. Let's just make sure we have all the fresh goodness on our car. Yep, that's installed on George's car. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And that is indeed fine. Let me just check. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that is indeed fine. Let's go into race targets. 6th, 8th or 10th. We'll go for 8th. And we'll go for 7th. And let's head into the race weekend.
Welcome along to another exciting weekend of F1 action. How will the British driver George Russell fare this weekend? He was sensational in the last race. He took home the win and set the bar very high indeed. Sit tight then for the rest of the action.
And sit rep at the end of FP2. We are currently P17 and P13. We've just been cruising around on a set of the soft compound tyres. We're trying to save as many tyres as possible for the race day. And so yeah. We're not exactly zooming around or showing full pace. We're also having some difficulties with the setup with the downforce, but we'll get there, I'm sure. But we are currently P17 and P13. Not where we want to be, but not the worst place in the world, especially considering they've been on avoid high-risk curbs and driving clean out the whole session. So yeah, not amazing, but not terrible. And your top 10 in this session was Verstappen, Pourchaire, Sonoda, Martins, Sargent, Miata, Antonelli, Guan Yu Zhou, Gabriel Mini, and Dennis Watkins. So that is the end to FP2. Interesting to see Williams 6th and 7th. 6th, 7th. No, you've just all clicked off the video now. We are 17th and 20th again, so not great. But yeah, Sargent P2, that's interesting. In front of Sonoda, Verstappen 6/10 clear of the field. We demonstrated strong race pace when we did actually show it, so that's always confidence. But next session will be FP3 and then qualifying, where it matters. But your top 10 for this session was Verstappen, Sargent, Sonoda, Leclerc, Piastri, Albon, Sainz, Hadjar, Gasly, and Alonso. And Nico Hulkenberg has a grid penalty, probably for a collision in the last round, but it's been a while, so I'm not too sure. Perez has completed everything he needs to do in this session with 8 minutes to go, so we're going to go on a Banzai lap. We've just been on high fuel running for most of this session, so I thought, oh, there he goes, up to 6th, and that was just with attacking, let alone using all the power mode. Maybe that's so we can cover up that's so we can get that extra second to Sonoda. The Williams are looking quick here, by the way. Really quick. And the McLarens as well. They look properly quick. I mean, they have been the first 2 rounds. They've just not been as good as us on Red Bull and strategy. So yeah, I reckon the McLarens maybe can fight today in this race. But we'll just have to wait and see. Russell. There we go. I was going to say, you're going to move out the way, buddy. Perez is purple. Yeah, I really like this livery. I really like showing the green off a little bit more, because normally we do go for a purple, but I like showing the green off. Perez goes fastest by half a second, and he is going to come into the pits at the end of this lap. Due to my mistake, George only got a partial banzai lap. Goes P3 though. George has the new upgrade that Perez doesn't, and we were quickest on hards, P1 and P3. Let's head into qualifying. No, let's see what our driver's preparation is, and then let's head into qualifying. Perez 97, George 94. Perez's confidence is very high, George's is just high. Let's head into qualifying.
Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
Bahrain's track is dusty and abrasive, and even under the floodlights, qualifying is tough on soft tyres. Teams will need to use their tyre allocations wisely.
And of course, there's the Williams driver. Karun, how do you think they'll fare today?
It's interesting because they weren't that fast in practice. I'm not sure if this was a lack of pace or just the team trying different things, but I imagine we'll see their true performance soon enough.
And it's almost time for qualifying, and you won't want to miss that.
Oh, hang on. There was me skipping half their lap. Sorry, I got a bit distracted there with all the UI and things. Right. Perez 26.5, George 26.8. I hope neither of them were blocked, but it's possible. Perez in the second sector does a... Is it Perez that's for 39.9? 39.6 for George, okay. Our new chassis helping him in the second sector, it looked like. I think it's a chassis anyway. Yeah, I'm not sure. Perez 128.8. Russell 128.6. That is the end of Q1. Currently P3 and P10. Not the greatest of sessions. If that was our grid lineup, I'd be a bit disappointed. But we finish P4 and P12. Knocked out is Logan Sargent in the Mercedes. That's a big one. Lawson, Behrman, Ocon, Bortoletto and Doohan. Let's head into Q2. And here is Perez starting his first flying lap in Q2. These are the scrub set that we used in Q1. Perez confidence very high, George Russell's confidence high. But yeah, these are the scrub set we used in Q1. So yeah, I'm not expecting the best lap, but enough to see us through, I hope. 26.4 for George. No, 26.4 for Perez, 26.6 for George. Perez end of first sector, end of second sector, what's it going to be? The Mercedes in the way, that's what it's going to be. A 39.5. George Russell with a 39.5 as well, so there's not much separating them here. The Mercedes isn't going to get out of the way, so that'll probably hamper George a little bit. It is 128.3 for Perez. George's going to get a mighty slipstream. However, it was a little bit of dirty air as well, so 128.4 for George. Starting our final lap then in Q2. We are only P5 and P6, but I didn't want to take the risk, so I thought we'll go for one last flying lap. Crossing the line with about 15 seconds to spare. So I need to remember that try and go out a little bit before 2 minutes and 30 seconds next time. Sector 1 for Sergio Perez is a 26.5, so no improvement. George Russell 26.4, slight improvement. There is about 1.5 tenths between them, or 1.25 tenths between them. Leclerc and Alonso have gone P1 and P2. Norris is in the not in safety zone. 39.6 for Perez, 39.4 for George. I think Perez can come in. I want George to finish the lap though. But currently P7, he doesn't actually need to finish the lap. Up he goes, up into P3, 600ths off best. And both of our cars are into Q3. That's what you like, yeah, that's what you like to see. So the final order in Q2 is as follows: Leclerc, Alonso, Russell, Tsunoda, Verstappen, Piastri, Perez, Hadjar, Norris, Ricciardo, and in the drop zone is Kimi Antonelli, that is a big name, Carlos Sainz, Nico Hulkenberg, Pierre Gasly, Valtteri Bottas, and Alex Albon. Fair play to Bottas for getting that thing 15th when his teammates only ever capable of last place. And once again, I have sent Perez out first. Why? Traditions. I don't know. It's just always the way I normally do it for whatever reason. I don't think it changes much. And George has actually got a bit of a distant toe from Alonso, so have its benefits. or its non-benefits, you could say. The stream is very laggy, I don't know what that is. Perez is purple in the first sector with a 26.4. It looks like a Red Bull. No, George has taken it away with a 26.4. Okay, we're using the scrub set from the last lap in Q2. A couple of cars getting out of the way. Perez does a 39.5. What is Russell going to do as he comes around the second sector? 39.5 as well. Perez comes up towards the line. What is it going to be? It's 2 tenths, 2.5 tenths off, 2 3/4 tenths, sorry, off Verstappen. And it slots him in P2. George Russell goes P3, about half a tenth off Perez, and Alonso puts it P2.
That was good luck, that last one.
I think I've gone out a little bit too early this time, but this time George Russell is the first of our 2 cars out, and we are on a fresh set of softs, or 2% worn set of softs, which actually aren't worn as they start the lap. Okay, I should have really been monitoring that, because that's time lost. Perez is a warm, so George is going to have a bit of a crap lap by the looks of it. Yay, yellow first sector. That's weird. Perez has done a green, 26.3. George with a 26.6. That's woeful. He had a horrific out lap. Alright, this is why we don't send George out first. He's 3 tenths down on Perez already, which means he's probably 2 tenths down on his own lap. 39.4, 39.3. Sonoda's gone P2, Verstappen's gone P1, can't improve. Piastri P7 only, Ricciardo P9. Russell stays where he is in P5. Perez slots himself in front of Alonso in P3. Fernando Alonso is going to come around the final corner. What can he do? Can't slot himself back in front of Perez. What can Charles Leclerc do? Launches himself in front of Russell, and that is the end. That is the finishing order. So the starting grid for tomorrow's race, the top 10 will be Max Verstappen, Yuki Tsunoda, Sergio Perez, Fernando Alonso, Charles Leclerc, George Russell, who, if he had actually done his Q2 time in Q3, he would have been 1 place in front and would have been P5. Then it's Piastri, who had the same time in Q2 and Q3. Neat. Then it's Norris, Ricciardo, and Isaac Hadjar, who done a woeful lap in Q3. If he'd done his Q2 lap in Q3, 28.5, it'd have been, well, 1 place in front of Ricciardo. But let's head to tomorrow's race.
Here in Sakir, the floodlights are on, and it's nearly time for 57 laps around the Bahrain International Circuit.
Bahrain has seen some of the most dramatic races in F1, like Sergio Perez's incredible 2020 victory, surging ahead from being last on the opening lap.
Bahrain is known for high tyre degradation, as the asphalt here is so abrasive. The drivers are facing many low to medium speed corners, and any heavy braking will inevitably take its toll on the tyres. Race day has arrived, and the time has almost come for these drivers to fight it out, wheel to wheel.
Saving throughout the stint.
Anticipation
But let's
is
get into the
really
race.
building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement.
They're bound to be a little frustrated down in P8, but hopefully they can channel their determination.
Here we go. It's time to go racing.
Not
And this is
taghoya.com.
it, the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
And indeed it is lights out and away we go. Full course attack for both our drivers. High overtake aggression as always. What sort of start has Perez got from P3? Just not a bad one, not a great one. He's maintaining his position, which is all we can ask. And Russell was in the position to overtake a Ferrari then. In fact, he's been overtaken by Piastri. That's not great. Russell down to P7. Perez stays in P3. Alonso has just got in front of him. Wow, we are like a snail at the minute. And Russell goes around the outside of Oscar Piastri. Fighting. I don't think Piastri has DRS. No, he doesn't. Around the outside we go. And this is a train for the top 5 now. And Prez back up to P3, that's what we like to see. Need to constantly be on it. Ah, there goes Russell on Fernando Alonso, on Charles Leclerc, I just do apologise. Around the outside up into P5. One. Doesn't roll off the tongue, but hey, when sponsors need the money, round the outside of Max Verstappen. What a move that is! That is an unbelievable move. He's going for the lead, is Sergio Perez. Yeah, Perez is going to go longer than these guys, and Perez is into the lead. Wow. Meanwhile, these two are squabbling behind. Wonder if we can just dip. No, not quite. We never can. Oh, saying that, we've got Verstappen out of DRS. And up to third goes George Russell, and there's the train behind. Right, but don't lose those guys up in front, though. Yeah, there we go. That's what we like to see. Perez up to first. Russell, oh, he tried it. Also 21st. But I reckon a pit stop, I'm hoping, only takes about 15 seconds. You know, you never know what's best for your race, as Perez and Tsunoda swap places again. And Tsunoda has been pushed wide, and round goes Russell. And Russell around of Perez as well. Maybe. DRS. Georgie boy into the lead. Indeed he is. Leclerc sets fastest lap. Leclerc's in this train now as well. Perez is pushed down to fourth. Verstappen's still back there. I don't know how Leclerc's managed to get up here, but you just never know, do you? There we go. It's the entire reason why he sent it on you, just so he could be in the train for all of 2 seconds. Interesting, but now he's lost DRS. And there's Russell and Tsunoda fighting for the top spot. And here's Perez possibly getting Tsunoda. Not quite close, 0.7 seconds a lap faster than the ones he's currently got.
Yes, box.
Right, George, out the way, out the way, out the way, out the way. Comes George Russell into the pit lane. Perez is right behind Tsunoda, so there's no worry of him losing that place. And on his marks, 2.3, a really, really nice stop. We are going to have some traffic to get through. Just 2 cars? I can live with that. Just 2 cars. Come on, you need to get one of them here, George. Need to get one of them. Or both of them. I'll take both of them if you want, George. That is a superb move. Get in. And he's got them instantly outside of 1 second window. That's amazing. Into the pits comes Sergio Perez, and it is Leclerc that comes into the pits. Alonso continues on, which will bring Russell back up to P2. Pit stop walls 2.3. We beat the Ferraris by a little bit. We have a bit more track between us than what they used to be. Verstappen is going to be out in front, however. He is going to be out in front. It's fine because we're going to get DRS on him now. And Perez is only 1.6 off max. Leclerc's going to go for it, which is fine. He doesn't go for it in the end, which will bring Piastri a heck of a lot closer. I'm not sure I'm enjoying that. Fastest lap by Oscar Piastri. I think Piastri came in maybe the lap before these guys. Possibly not very. Glorious. Yeah, down the inside. Amazing. Bit for a new set of tyres. But Verstappen on the mediums, Leclerc on the softs. Leclerc is now out of DRS range. But not what we need. Verstappen P4. There he is, blocking him. And George's tyre wear is exactly where it needs to be. And Russell is going to come back past Max Verstappen. Around he goes, and even Perez's mediums are probably, yeah, they're about, they're similar to Alonso's, but they're much older still. Yeah, Russell and Verstappen all down the inside. Neat move. Didn't. Perez is catching up. And there goes Russell on Verstappen. Perez has dropped a second to Leclerc somehow, probably because he managed to get back in this train. Is it next lap we can go? Yeah, so now I can press mediums. Next lap. Verstappen overtakes Russell. Our Ferrari engine working overtime. Alonso's got past Norris. Has Piastri pit again? Yes, he has pit. Let's pit last lap onto the mediums. So Sargent is where we should be coming out in front of, so we need to make sure we're in front of him. 26 seconds. Yeah, so we'll be about 3 seconds behind Ricciardo, and then we'll have free air. And then Perez should be 31 seconds. So he's not actually lost that much time since coming out. So he'll be definitely behind Ricciardo though. Half a kilo of fuel, bloody hell, we need to get that saved. Didn't know pushing done that much fuel loss. Verstappen got it again. No, Russell got it this time. In front of Antonelli, but Piastri's not far behind him. Into the pits comes George Russell to leave Verstappen and Leclerc going at it. 2.3 seconds again, really nice stop. And we are going to be coming out in P8, it should be. Or very close to being P7. Yeah, and we are mediums. Right, you need to get past Danny here. Oh, what did you do there? Oh my god, Leclerc's there. Down the inside he goes. The biggest one. Are they going to fight with each other too much? Oh, no, they are in front of Tsunoda. What happened there? Now Leclerc's miles away. Brilliant. There goes our chance of a podium. To the pits. It's Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris, ladies and gents. Bit of karma for Leclerc after what happened earlier. Oh, he does actually hit him, and he's fully round. Russell's in front of him. Russell's got back past the two of them. As it should have been. Is Norris going to have a nose change? Was it a 5 second or was it harsher? 5 second time penalty for Leclerc. But Russell and Tsunoda are chopping and changing. Verstappen comes into the pits. He's got to be going for softs as well, surely. Yep, softs. And we're coming in for softs as well. Wonder what the fastest pit stop has been so far. 2.6 for Perez, that's not great. And that is going to put us behind Norris for sure. Oh no. Not far in front of him, but we are pushing down our mediums. Oh. Oh no. No. So it looks like he's insisting on staying out. Yes. And then Russell's got Alonso. But now Tsunoda's managed to get away. There we go. Sheet off. Chasing these guys for the last podium spot. Is Russell up into P1? No, Tsunoda, then Russell. I mean, heck, we can give it a go. There we go, I think he's just given us DRS. Let's try and ditch him. Tsunoda overtakes Russell. Yeah, there we go, Russell in front of Tsunoda and Max. That was clever of him. Yeah, helpless. Literally helpless. Well done, Yuki. Hello. Tsunoda. Good morning. Here in the top 3. So we've got great acceleration in our car. So we'll have to use that to our... Don't go for it, George. Don't go for it. Don't go for it. Don't go for it. He's gone for it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's
Last time lap. Roger.
right. This last lap, we need to shoot away from here. Okay, we should get DRS up to the line. This could be ours. Round the final corner, George Russell is going to take the win at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Let's go. That never looked like it was ours.
So proud of all of you.
Perez is going to
when
come
you
home
to a
P4.
stop,
That's
it's
P1
the
and
usual
P4
story. So P2
from
to
the
P1.
starting grid of P3 and,
And then, of course,
P6. I think
before
Russell won that
P0,
race from
please.
6th. Awesome race. Let's go.
And check
Perez
the back.
managing P4 as well, holding off Alonso. That's awesome. Leclerc
So,
finishing down in
P4.
P9 in the end. That is
Plenty of
rough.
half on the top.
And Williams, I said they look strong. They only finished 13th
Good
and
job, guys.
16th. But that was an amazing
to do.
race.
Let's get
P1
on.
and
Good
P4.
job.
Let's go.
Have to say, George Russell looked excellent out there.
That was a really well executed race, I thought. Major credit to the driver, the pit wall, and the whole team for that win.
But just look at this. The overwhelming excitement for those celebrating this achievement. And up he goes, George Russell joining the podium lineup after a memorable Grand Prix.
That's their second win of the season. A brilliant talent who looks so at home on the track.
And with that, the drivers finally get the chance to cool off and enjoy themselves. Well, Karoon, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
They'll be absolutely delighted to have picked up the win here. What a great outcome that is for the team.
And that is about that for this weekend's action here in Bahrain.
The teams now look ahead to the next round, where they'll duel it out in the sand dunes of Saudi Arabia.
Oh, that's going to be a good race, Saudi. Let's go, our second ever win of the season. And the final results were George Russell P1, Max Verstappen P2, Yuki Tsunoda P3, Sergio Perez P4, Fernando Alonso P5, Piastri P6, Lando 7th, Ricciardo 8th, 9th for Leclerc, 10th for Gasly, and then the rest was Sargent, Antonelli, Sainz, Ocon, Hadjar, Albon, Lawson, Behrman, Bottas, Hulkenberg, Bortoletto and Jack Doohan. Driver standings, Russell is now in the lead by 15 points over Tsunoda. And then Perez is P3, only by 1 point in front of Max. So we need to start getting Perez up there as well. But he's 5 points behind Tsunoda, so there's second, third and fourth all within 6 points of each other. 110 points for us. We gained 4 on Red Bull, which means we're in the lead of the Constructors by 16 points. And Pit Stop Championship, we got 3rd and 4th with our 2.3 second stops, which puts us up to P4, and Ferrari were the highest scoring constructor, but we were the second highest scoring constructor over that weekend, which we can definitely take points, solid points from. 97 thousandths off best and just over a 10th off best for George's stop. We got 1 million from that weekend. That was a very good race weekend. Let's head back to the menu. And we have a manufacturer complete on the underfloor. I probably should have checked. Complete that sooner. When's 28th of March? That would put one on for Jeddah. Yeah, let's do it. We'll pay overtime. Thank you very much everybody for watching. If you have enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, and I shall see you all next time. In the next one. Take care. Goodbye for now.